Well, hello and welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and we're back on episode 39. A bit late today. I was not feeling that, in top form. I was dealing with some things. I was still having to, get some things sorted out. Everything is going well. I don't know why my X Pro. I need to log in. If you allow me for a second. I need to log into my X Pro, which I don't know. Why it's not working? I'm going to go without the X Pro. Let me see if I can. Sometimes this fails. Let me see. Okay, now I have my decks in here. I think. Very nice. I can delete this one. I can make sure that I have all my. And any messages that you want to send, remember that I have my messages on X open for any pitches, any tips, anything you want to pitch. Anything that you want to pitch, you can send me. That is the main way. Also on my email, I think it's in the description of this video, and we can start right now. I want to mention Kevin was in the chat. Kevin was saying that he is the only one from Indonesia. LOL, I feel like I'm the only Indonesian sub Jesus has. I always watch Jesus stream at 12 midnight. Oh my God. What time is it in Indonesia right now? What time is in Indonesia right now? How can I? Let me see. I don't know why I can't. Right here. That's Kevin. Indonesia. What time is Indonesia? What? 3 in the morning? What aren't you sleeping? You're destroying your circadian rhythm. That's something that I have to do, by the way. Something that I should be doing every night. Everybody should be doing. They should be respecting their sleep. So I really appreciate you being here, Kevin. It's 3 a.m. in the morning in Indonesia. You could be sleeping. You could be recharging, but here you are. That is commitment. Okay, he works at night. I'm dedicated to your stream. Okay, thank you. I really appreciate that. 7 a.m. in Australia. It should be 8 p.m. in London. It should be 3 p.m. in New York. Samantha, what time is it there in California? 3 p.m. should be 11 a.m., right? Worldwide. Jesus Enrique Rosas show is worldwide. We are about to begin. Ready to begin with this. What do we have here? Some memes, some short news, some very short news. Just in, Time considers Kamala Harris for Person of the Year. The others include Catherine, Princess of Wales. You know that. Who is Kate Middleton? No. It's Jerome Powell. What? Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Joe Rogan, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum, Julia Navalnaya, Benjamin Netanyahu, and I think it could be either Donald Trump or not Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris could be because she got Donald Trump elected. I would nominate Kamala Harris only because she got Donald Trump elected. It's a joke. Catherine would be a nice touch. Oh yeah, I sometimes do my Batman voice. My name is Vengeance. I need to say my Batman voice when it's needed. And I'm going to, and in terms of body language, one of the things that I need to share with you is that I want to do more body language, but I want to do the body language the way it used to do back in 2019. And it meant more work. You know that I'm always a fan of doing things easier, more efficient, but sometimes you have to put in the work. And the way I did body language back in 2019 with Venezuelan politics was very thorough in the sense of that I created very specific GIFs, videos, and long threads. All of those are gone by now. I wipe out my account clean like 3 or 4 times. But I should be doing that. And it's like this. It's like this image. It's like I could look at this, you look at this, and you can feel the vibe between Giorgia Meloni and Donald Trump. You see that she's really comfortable, and she's getting close to him. She's almost resting her head on Trump's chest. That is a very trusting gesture, a lot of confidence, a lot of trust, a lot of cooperation in there. They look very comfortable. As Rivellino on X would say, they pass the green lines. Donald Trump is completely straight, and Georgia is leaning into him. She's leaning into him. They look awesome. I'm sure that the country is gonna be completely aligned in this process, in these years that we have ahead. And not only that, but we also need to talk at some point of Meloni's facial expressions. Thank you, J.E. Thank you, J.E. Yeah, I love green. Green is one of my favorite colors. In fact, that's why my background also has the green light. The green light. We need to think of the green lights right now. Maybe it's a bit of Christmas. Maybe it's a bit of a healing. Was more of my intention. I love the color green for many reasons, and the healing is always right there. Samantha, you're spot on about what you were saying, that they will give it to Kamala participation trophy. Yeah, but this is actual facial expressions. This is something that not even Kamala could have. Even those interviews, Kamala always had the same, oh, I'm a bit lost here, facial expression. Let me change my zoom. And well, I don't know which one of these expressions would fit this. This was from yesterday. Here are my new Trump perfumes and colognes. I call them fight, fight, fight because they represent us winning. How do you say that, by the way? Cologne. That is in British and American. Cologne. Okay, that's perfumes. And how do you say perfume? Cambridge Dictionary. Perfumes. Here are my new Trump perfumes and colognes. Is that right? Did I say that right? I have to say this like on the fly. I don't have time to practice this before the show, so I have to do this on the fly. And here are my new Trump perfumes and colognes. I call them fight, fight, fight because they represent us winning. Great Christmas gifts for the family. Go to gettrumpfragrances.com. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. A fragrance your enemies can resist. This is on point. This is madman. Level stuff. It's madman level stuff. We're gonna be talking about Daniel Penny in a while. I see you talking about Daniel Penny. And what do we have here? Oh, we have some residual memes from the other day. Autism Capital, on this picture of Donald Trump talking to Prince William. That was so right, so awesome. that picture. Ultimate Scan. How's your wacko brother doing? Did that witch eat him alive yet? All right. All right. You know the reference. You understood the reference. I don't have to explain this. I don't need to explain this. And the great news of today. Great news. I think this was one of the reasons why I couldn't do the show on time. But this inspired me. You know, this is it. We're so back. Heroes are back in town. American hero Daniel Penny has been found not guilty on the remaining charge against him. What he's been subjected to by Democrats is a tragedy. Thank God they weren't able to railroad him into a life in prison. He's a free man now. He deserves the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Yeah, he deserves that and much more through all the hell that he has been through. The public opinion has gone insane. You know, the usual suspects are seething. Cope and seeth all you want, but he is a hero. He is a hero. He did the right thing, and he did what every red-blooded man and hot-blooded man should do in his place. And we have nice pictures of Daniel Penny celebrating his innocent verdict at a New York City bar. I understand that he's thinking of moving to Florida. That is allegedly. I don't have confirmation of this, but I wouldn't be surprised either. It would be a shame, right? Because, well, even if I know that he would do the right thing, he would do that again. He's the kind of man that if given the chance, given the circumstances, he would do that all over again because that's the right thing to do. He would defend the weak and those in need. He's a true hero. Yeah, he did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong. And, well, at last we can see him after all those pictures of him just stoic, facing this unjust trial, this complete travesty of a trial. At last we can see him smiling and relaxing. This is great news. This is such a great news. Hello from Florida. We'll take him. This is Julius. Yeah, that I think he would do well anywhere, but New York. I've seen videos of New York City today. Oh my God. I've seen videos of New York City today that I cannot show you here. I cannot even describe them here. But well, truly, the most surprised person in that room after that verdict may be Alvin Bragg. You know, the manslaughter charge was dropped. There was the most the worst charge, so to speak. The heaviest one, and there was a second one. So the prosecution was expecting the jury to, well, find him guilty at least of the lesser charge. And what happened? They found him not guilty. So that must have hit Alvin Bragg really, really hard. Bragg's shenanigans failed. You had a jury that couldn't agree on the more serious offense, but then they came back and found him not guilty on the lesser offense. It wasn't how this was supposed to play out in his view. Let's watch this video anyway. Let's watch this video.
4 years. So I think that the most surprised person in that room may be Alvin Bragg, because you have a jury that apparently couldn't agree on the more serious offense, but then they came back and they said, but we do agree that he's not guilty of the lesser offense. So it's not exactly how this was supposed to play out in his view. And you keep in mind that this is a jury that received an Allen charge. And so that's where the court says, go back and try again.
Go back.
It's a favorite charge of prosecutors.
Yeah, it's like, are you sure? Are you sure about that? Shouldn't you go and find him guilty of something?
prosecutors, because jurors often do then produce a compromise verdict, a conviction for the prosecutor.
Yeah, you know, that's really what I was asking my guest who's now rejoined me, Andrew Cherkasky, about, Jonathan, was this idea that it is a gift. Because what it's telling the jury tacitly is, you need to go back and find this guy guilty of something. So have at it, and here's a lower charge. Maybe that's not the intention, but that is that favor that...
Okay, that was absolutely the intention. You can bet that was absolutely the intention behind
that jurors may perceive it as.
Yeah, they absolutely smell a rat. And the rat was Alvin. Oh my God. And well, the usual. New York NYPD is arresting BLM protesters behaving like lunatics outside the courthouse where Daniel Penny was acquitted. Unlike 2020, BLM no longer has free reign. I would say that unlike 2020, they no longer have the checks. So if you don't have the money, man, maybe the riots are not that. You're not gonna go to riot for free. That is a good thing. That is a good thing. That's why Kamala Harris should be Times Person of the Year, because she just broke the Democrats' bank, and now they can afford the riots, like in these cases. Not this time. It's over for them. But even that, the feminized response to the Daniel Penny verdict, police, the community nearly was a serial nuisance and probably had also terrorized black people too. And we have this. What is this?
We need some black vigilantes.
That's right.
What?
People want to jump up and choke us?
Why are you talking like that? Why are you talking like that? Why?
And kill us for being loud?
For being loud? All right.
For being loud?
No, we don't like you to be loud. You know that's what's great about Japan. People are not loud. And they have a great country, just because they are not loud. Nobody likes loud people. Absolutely nobody. I would get into trouble if I speak my mind right now, but I'm just going to say that, Paul. Nobody likes loud people. And if you harass, if you get loud, if you do the sort of things that I saw, and I have to wash my eyes in the videos that I saw of New York City today, then you should be put on a chokehold. Okay, this must be chokehold nationalism. Chokehold nationalism.
How about we do the same when they attempt to oppress us?
Right.
Oppress. No, I don't think you have the physicality. Maybe if you sit on somebody. Daniel Penny is a trained ex-Marine. He can put someone in a chokehold and not hurt the person. Maybe you can sit on somebody and have the same effect. But I think in that regard, that person, his life could be in danger. So try not to do it, man. Try not to do it. Do not sit on anybody. This is not a public defense advice. Try not to attempt that. No, bro. This is not it. This is not it. No accountability, no respect. Absolutely. They want to just get away with everything. Oh, we are like that. We were no. There was even an order. He was being. There was an order to arrest Neely. He was going to be arrested. What happened? That he was put on a chokehold, and when the police arrived, he was completely alive, and the police didn't want to touch him because he was so dirty that no, we're not gonna go anywhere near here. So that's what happened at that moment. That's what happened at that moment. See. read your comments. That man is the reason racism in the U.S. exists. Yeah, so much racism, so much systemic racism that is completely made up. What happened to all that in the 90s? What happened to all that in the 90s? Oh, yeah, of course, it was fabricated after a certain year, after a certain president got into the throne. All right, so we can move on to the next the next topic. Tonight's next topic is way more lighter. We need lighter topics. We need oh, I mess up here. Mess up again. Mess up. Okay, what is today's next topic? See, make sure that you can see this perfectly. Jill and Joe Biden are refusing to even look at Kamala Harris tonight. They won't even look at Kamala. And Kamala was looking, what is this? I mean, what is Kamala wearing? She looks like a Daft Punk video. A Daft Punk video from the 90s, in fact. It says, what was Kamala wearing? What is exactly this? Okay, well, I should know because I made a meme about that. Who wore it better? You know, for the lack of Meghan Markle doing her usual fashion shenanigans. This is not an ad hominem attack. I'm just addressing the fashion, making a fashion statement about this. Who wore it better? Did Kamala wear it better? Whatever aluminum foil is this, or the turkey? I think the turkey looks more, I don't know, avant-garde. Avant-garde. The turkey looks more avant-garde. So, but let's let's spot the body language. Let's look at that body language to confirm. Yeah, CW, you're saying that you had that dress. I was about to block you for offenses to the fashion. Offenses to fashion. So here comes Jill, all right, and Kamala. At least Kamala is looking at her. All right, I'm going to give it to Kamala. Kamala is looking at her. She's clapping. Doug is like thinking. Well, she's thinking about those times with the nanny, and sexual healing, running in the background and all the stuff. No, let's go back to the moment. It's Jill arriving. Joe is right behind her. She is greeting, and she makes sure. Let's see if at some point, at no point you see Jill arriving. Here's Jill. She's looking right in front of her. She greets everyone. Okay, and she begins to turn away from Kamala. Kamala is not transforming. This is not AI. This is just due to the quality of the video. Please. And yeah, Doug is absolutely, nanny stuff, nanny memories. She begins to turn the other way, and basically it gives Kamala the cold shoulder, as in literally. And you see that she's also pressing her lips. She's pressing her lips. And, well, Kamala was trying to be polite. Kamala, maybe she was sloshed for the, the event. Maybe to be a bit happy, to be nice. And there comes Joe. Joe, we don't know if he's Are you here? Are you here with us, Joe? Did you take your meds? And Jill has her face really tense. Okay, that is quite a. It's like, oh no. It's like, I don't want anything to do with you. And you see that Joe is also coming, even if Joe is right behind Jill. He's also looking to his right, away from Kamala. Notice that this is a huge gap in here. Let's see if that closes. Let's see if that closes by any chance. Well, he is right next to Kamala. He's doing the vegan painter salute. I don't know. Why is he doing the vegan painter salute? My question. Your guess is as good as mine. And no, they never acknowledge Kamala. He never turns around. And there's a lot of video after this. There's a lot. We are not even 1/4 of a video, a very shaky video, by the way. At some point, I think that he just saw Hunter. Maybe Hunter was there, and then, oh, there you are, boy. You're pardoned. There's Hunter right there. The second couple, well, they're trying to play it cool. They're trying to make it seem like they are not bothered, by the way, by the fact that Dr. Jill and Joe, let's see. Okay, he looks to the other side. But he is not looking at Kamala. At no point he looks at Kamala. Okay? Kamala is trying to establish eye contact. Dog is trying to... Oh, already forgot the 90s. Oh, right. Sure, I slapped her. Oh, I should have slapped her twice. And no, Joe is not looking at them. His eye line does not match them. Both his eye line or his face, no, not at all. And then he looks, oh, it's like when you're trying not to look at somebody. Hey, look at that. What is that? A fly on the wall. What is that? I think that this wall needs some painting. Or there's a spider in the ceiling or something. Let me do something, anything, instead of greeting Kamala right by my side. Sorry about the shaky camera. But no, at no point they acknowledge. What is that? Joe, I hope that you're not doing this to a British person, Joe. I hope that you're not doing this to, oh, maybe it was Harry who was there. Maybe it was Harry who was, down there, and Joe is like up yours. It's anyone's guess as well. Why do you do that gesture, Joe? Try to understand. We are in a world stage. You cannot do that. You cannot do that gesture. That is obscene. That's so wrong. What's wrong with you, Joe? Why? And no, and then yes, it's that face. Is the face that we have when we have this meeting and people begin to talk about how your country should be more socialist and how your country should be more fair to everybody, and then you you are so uncomfortable. Big uncomfortable right now. We already know that for the rest of the night, they never acknowledge each other. I know that is an obscene gesture in Europe. I don't know if in the UK, but It's like a 1930s German rally. Yeah. Joe should pardon everyone so we'll know who the pervs and criminals are. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. And Il Donaldo Trumpo, you know that AI is great for so many things. AI is great for so many things, and this was not the exception. I'm going to I'm going to just show you this example of AI shared by Il Donaldo Trumpo. Here it comes. This is what really happened. This This is the kind of things that you have to tell YouTube. All right, okay, yes, my video has a tiny bit of made up stuff that really never happened. And just to be clear, this absolutely never happened, but could it happen? Maybe it happened in their minds. Maybe it happened in their minds. That could be a thing. That could be a thing. Let me go back to your chat again. I want to drink some water. Rob Pity. I'm going to go with your chat in a minute. Yeah, that never happened. We need to, just to be clear, that absolutely never happened. We have a lovely chat, by the way, as every afternoon. Today was a bit later for reasons that happened in Joe's brain. Before we move on to talk about Donald Trump, I want to talk about one of my favorite artists. Yes, I still have favorite artists. I want to talk about this lady, Lana Del Rey. Lana, I discovered Lana quite late with the Ultraviolence album. I was such a fan of Ultraviolence. Then I discovered her previous albums. It was just amazing. Then I became obsessed with it's Lust for Love. It was her. I was Lust for Life, and that collaboration with The Weeknd was very good. Norman effing Rockwell. I think Mariner's Apartment Complex was one of my favorite songs of her. Well, fan of Lana, huge fan of Lana. Now we know that she's a real conservative. She was talking about her husband. You know that it was so bizarre that we found out that she was dating this alligator tour guide. Yes, alligator tour guide. One thing that I always had clear is that if there's something that makes men sexy, for those of you, my body language bodies, my male body language body, you want to become more sexy. You want it is instant sexiness. You have to dominate. You have to dominate the art of storytelling. You know how to tell stories. That is like your sexiness is going to be like what? Plus 20, plus 30, something like that. And alligator tour guide is pretty high in the sense that you can imagine the kind of stories that guy had. You can imagine the kind of stories an alligator tour guide has. And then they get married. They get married. So many of you haven't heard Lana Del Rey. Maybe they are not of your alley. You know that I listen to heavy metal a lot, but I listen to almost every genre of music, except for Bon Jovi. I don't listen to Bon Jovi anymore for reasons. But Lana's music is really good. It's really good. And right now, when we know that she's one of the, I understand that she's going to sing something at the inauguration. I don't know if it's confirmed, but let's listen to her words.
A big reason.
She's talking about her husband, and maybe the sound is not the best, but here's the captions to help us.
Why I waited so long to get married and why I met my amazing husband. And I really feel like there's kind of a singer's curse around like meeting an honest partner who has no skin in the game, no dog in the race. And it's super nerve-wracking to have to kind of hold on to an innocent perception of how things could go when you're in an industry where maybe your values and your morals don't quite match up with.
The people were, I wanted to show this because people were really flabbergasted. I wanted to use that word like 6 months ago. Flabbergasted about the fact that she married this literally nobody. We cannot say that it's a nobody because it's almost right out of a Hallmark channel movie. This is like we're watching the plot of Notting Hill in real time. Only that Hugh Grant was not an alligator tour guide, but you get what I'm saying, right? This huge celebrity finds out this completely normal, down to earth, maybe alligator wrestling that helps as well. That is also sexy, and she fell in love. She fell in love with the guy, and they married. And yes, it's the kind of things that is the kind of wholesome stories that we want to find out, not the kind of more sordid stories like we have heard about Jay-Z and Diddy right now. Those accusations are heavy. Those are I cannot even mention them here. I'm really not in the mood. I want to stay wholesome. I want to think that this kind of love stories can still happen, and we want to know more about this. We want to know more about this, and you see your comments. Yeah, so many of us need a wholesome story. We need more wholesome stories, and I thought that we could point this out. Just because so much negativity, so much awful things going on in the world, and it seems that every single one of these celebrities are so, I don't know, so many stories of celebrities are negative, and some of them have certain. I'm not saying that Lana is immaculate, okay? I'm not saying that, but at least I wanted to share with you a wholesome story about an artist that I like, and I encourage you. I suggest if you want to learn, if you haven't listened to Lana, I recommend Born to Die, which is from 2012. I know that the album's name is not that optimistic. It's Born to Die. That song Born to Die is quite good, by the way. And I'm going to reference here. I don't know how I'm going to. I'm going to warn you that Lana's albums have explicit lyrics, and I always remember the first time I heard the song Cola. Have you heard the song Cola? I'm going to read the first 4 verses here. I'm going to read the first. I don't know how I'm going to get away reading the first 4 verses, but you're gonna say this is Cardi B stuff. Okay, here I go. I'm absolutely going to regret this. I'm absolutely going to regret this. But here I go. Cola from Lana Del Rey. My pussy tastes like Pepsi Cola. My eyes are wide like cherry pies. I got a taste for men who are older. It's always been, so it's no surprise. That is so magnificent. I like that song, by the way. I like that song. I like that song. Yes. Yeah, it's like the first time, you know, for someone who English is his second language, they say that my what tastes like Pepsi Cola? And how in the world you know that? And you know what's worse? When you're a curious person, you say, how in the world do you know that your vajayjay tastes like Pepsi Cola? And yes, I Googled that. I didn't have perplexity. I Googled that. It turns out that that's something that her boyfriend at the time told her. So, oh, that would be nice to go on some lyrics song. Yes, I told you. Explicit lyrics. Trigger warning. Oh my God! Yes, she's got. I think that's one of the most outrageous lyrics. One of my. I recommend one song of her, which is "Change." "Change" is a very good song of Lana, but we can move on and stop talking about Pepsi Cola and Coca-Cola. You know that Make America Healthy Again. With America getting healthy again, none of that. Hearing you say that made my week. Yeah, I had to do that. I absolutely. You know that. I sometimes just have to do things. We sometimes just have to do things. The chat is out of control, Samantha. I know, and you're helping to control. It's drinking caramel juice. No. I don't want to. I don't even want to understand if there's subtext to that. I don't want to understand, but I want to introduce you. But some of you say that you haven't heard Lana Del Rey. I am introducing you to Fanta. Maybe there's a song about Fanta. We don't know. We don't want to find out. No, let's get serious. Okay, let's put on our serious vest. We need to laugh. We need to laugh more. Never drinking Pepsi again. And Emma's trying to work out here. Good luck. Good luck. Oh, Bob Card is a man of taste. I've had Lana on my playlist for several years now. Yeah, same here. Oh no, we have to stop. We have to stop. It's Monday. This chat would be nice for like a Saturday night, you know. This chat would be nice for a Saturday night. It is Monday, but again, it's something I want to do. Well, at least maybe I will get all of you to not drink soda anymore. Drink water. Oh my God. Pretty sure someone needs antibiotics. Yes, I started it. Oh my God! So you get people unsubscribing. Oh, maybe this is like a campaign against people drinking sodas. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I started it. I couldn't. I love Lana. I will give her a pass any day of the week. Any day of the week, and I had to do it. I remember, oh yeah, this song, I need to sing this song, not sing it. What? Sonia Patterson, breaking news, Trudeau just survived third non-confidence vote. What? All right. Is that? Well, let's move forward. Let's move on. I'm going to remove Lana Del Rey's here. And by the way, the alleged shooter of the healthcare insurance CEO has been found. I'm not going to report on that guy until tomorrow, until we get the things straight. We have all the information. I prefer to wait until tomorrow. All right, so we can move on to think about Trump. So, the bombshell, Trump's bombshell on that interview that he gave to NBC Meet the Press. Thanks to Western Lensman for these clips. Trump wants an end to birthright citizenship in the U.S. We are the only country that has it. We're going to end that because it's ridiculous. I want to fact check. I'm going to fact check. Adrienne, you know that I try to. I finally. I want to tell you all my lovely body language buddies that I finally contacted Adrienne. And thank you for all of you who spammed her to read my messages. So that was great. Thank you for that, Margie. Before we move on, thank you for your super sticker, Margie. Thank you for your super sticker. Let's talk about this. I want to fact check. Donald Trump on this because I understand that there are other countries that have birthright citizenship. Let me check that on Perplexity real quick. If you know, let me see. Okay, asking Perplexity, do other countries besides the U.S. have birthright citizenship? Yes, several countries offer unrestricted birthright citizenship, meaning that any child born on their soil automatically becomes a citizen regardless of the parent's nationality or immigration status. Some of these countries include, well, a lot. But let's hear his actual words.
Let me ask you about some of your other promises on this topic. You've promised to end birthright citizenship on day one. Is that still your plan?
Yeah, absolutely.
The 14th Amendment, though, says that, quote, all persons born in the United States are citizens. Can you get around the 14th Amendment with an executive act?
Well, notice that two things. When he answers that question, I mean, he does that in the most nonchalant way that he's gonna do it. Is that
still your plan?
Yeah, absolutely.
The 14th Amendment.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no change in pace. There's no change in anything. That he's gonna do it, but there's a amendment, the 14th Amendment, that says
that, quote, all persons born in the United States are citizens. Can you get around the 14th Amendment with an executive action?
We're going to have to get a change. We'll maybe have to go back to the people, but we have to end it. We're the only country that has it.
Through an executive.
We are the only country that has it? Well, no. Because, well, I'm seeing a huge... I knew Canada, Brazil, Argentina, Mexico, Chile, Uruguay, Venezuela, Ecuador, Peru, Cuba, Jamaica... in total, there are 33 countries, good number, and 2 territories that currently have unrestricted birthright citizenship. There are some that have restricted birthright citizenship, such as Germany, the United Kingdom, France, Australia, and Portugal. And it's worth noting that birthright citizenship is more common in North and South America than in other parts of the world. This is believed to have roots in colonial times when European countries established some lenient citizenship policies to encourage population growth in their New World settlements. So, no, the United States is not the only one.
Through an executive action?
You know, we're the only country that has it. Do you know, if somebody sets a foot, just a foot, 1 foot, you don't need 2, on our land, congratulations, you are now a citizen of the United States of America. Yes, we're going
this is something that is completely different. It's like you set foot in the United States, well, you're not automatically a citizen, but we knew the Biden-Harris administration wanted to have this expedited process to anyone who enter even illegally to the United States to become a citizen at some point. So maybe that's something that has to get sorted out before the 14th Amendment. It would be much more complicated to go for an amendment, in my opinion, but I am not an expert on this field.
end that because it's ridiculous.
Through executive action?
Well, if we can, through executive action. I was going to do it through executive action, but then we had to fix COVID first, to be honest with you. We have to end it.
Well, it was, COVID was rather at the end of Trump's administration, so maybe he was dealing with other things, not going to be play his attorney right now. But yeah, he's got a lot to work on. And the birthright citizenship, it depends. It depends because everybody wants their children to be, well, I remember something that I told you, some kind of obsession that many Venezuelans, I remember from, well, since forever, they had an obsession. Oh, we need our sons and daughters to be born in the United States so they can become American citizens. That is something that is all the rage, all the time. It's like, I love the United States, but in all cases, I wanted to become I myself. It's not like, oh, I'm going to make my sons and daughters be born in there because, no. I want to do things right. I want to become a citizen of the United States in all cases. Maybe that didn't work out in the long term, but it's something that at least in Venezuela, and my guess is in other Latin American countries, they also have this, oh, we need to go to the United States with 9 months pregnant so you can break water right there in Miami or something like that. What other country does that? Some other countries does that, but there are other topics that Trump covered in this interview. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why the legacy press is failing. Kristen Welker actually asked President Trump if he's going to fire the current FBI director, knowing damn well the answer is yes. And yes, it's like, it would seem pretty obvious.
Are you going to fire the current FBI director, Christopher Wray, who you appointed?
Well, I can't say I'm thrilled with him. He invaded my home. I'm suing the country over it. He invaded Mar-a-Lago. I'm very unhappy with the things he's done. And crime is at an all-time high. Migrants are pouring into the country that are from prisons. And
yeah, it's something that it's happened. In jail, you're coming at some point. I've seen people to come give birth here and get government assistance right away. It's something that has to be done about that. That has to be done about that. Yes, it is an obsession of rich Latino people, maybe not so rich as well. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that it's not only rich Latino people that want their babies to be born in the United States.
From mental institutions, as we've discussed. I can't say I'm thrilled. I don't want to be Joe Biden and give you an answer and then do the exact opposite.
We're going to talk about
that. So I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to say is I certainly cannot be happy with him. You take a look at what's happened. And then when I was shot in the ear, he said, "Oh, maybe it was shrapnel. Where's the shrapnel coming from? Is it coming from heaven? I don't think so."
Yeah, that was a low blow. Oh, maybe it was shrapnel. We analyzed that video, and finally he took that back. But Ray said it. Ray absolutely said that, and that was despicable because everybody knew. Everybody with a set of eyes knew that the teleprompters were okay. Nothing happened to them.
You know, I have a lot of respect for the FBI. But the FBI's respect has gone way down over the last number of years.
Don't you have to fire him in order to make room for Kash Patel if he is, in fact, confirmed?
Well, I mean, it would sort of seem pretty obvious that if Kash gets in, he's going to be taking somebody's place, right? And somebody is the man that you're talking.
Yeah, it's obvious. It's a stupid question. You make a stupid question. What do you expect? I'm gonna need I need some support in here. Stupid question. Oh, maybe if Kash is going in as director, don't you have to fire him? Yes. It is a why. Why are you making that sort of questions when you know the answer? And then we have this clip. Donald Trump and Liz Cheney, Benny Thompson, and members of the January 6th committee responsible for deleting evidence for what they did. Honestly, they should go to jail.
Some of this new reporting. NBC News is reporting that President Biden is considering giving preemptive pardons to the likes of Liz Cheney, Adam Schiff, and Anthony Fauci.
We saw that Biden was thinking of preemptively pardoning, especially Anthony Fauci. That he must be prosecuted 100% for all that he has done, and all that he has done well since the 1980s. And Angel, your comment is also on point. Anchor babies was never the intention, but anchor babies is a reality, something that happens all the time, and something that it's like weaponizing the law. Is that taking advantage of them? Maybe taking advantage is the right word here. Taking advantage of the law.
President Biden doesn't issue those pardons. Do you think they are going to wish that he had? Are they going to be pursued?
I can tell you this about Cheney, and she's a so-called Republican. I think she hurt the Democrats terribly. When I saw that Kamala put Cheney out on the campaign trail, I said, that's the end of Kamala. I really did. I thought it was a terrible move, especially if you're a Democrat. But Cheney did something that's inexcusable, along with Thompson and the people on the Unselect Committee of political thugs and, creeps. So the Unselect Committee went through a year and a half of testimony. Wait. They deleted and destroyed all evidence that they found.
That should be a federal crime, right? It should be a federal crime, destroying evidence.
You know why? Because Nancy Pelosi was guilty. Nancy Pelosi turned down 10,000 troops. You wouldn't have had a J6 because other people were guilty. The people that said that I attacked 2 Secret Service agents in a car. I grabbed one around the neck. I was then rebuffed, and I grabbed the other one. These are 2 of the toughest men anywhere on the planet. They happen to be slightly younger than me, maybe, just a little bit. Let me just tell you. They testified. They said it was total.
Yeah, BS.
And all of this stuff came out. People lied so badly. Now, listen.
Yeah, obstruction of justice is the right word, Bobcat. Thank you.
Committee, a big deal. They lied. And what did they do? They deleted and destroyed a whole year and a half worth of testimony. Do you know that I think those people committed a major crime.
Sir?
And Cheney was behind it.
Well,
and so was Benny Thompson and everybody on that committee. For what they did.
Yeah.
Honestly, they should go to jail.
Yeah, that is the reality. They should go to jail for that. I think everybody agrees with that statement. Pelosi comes from mob family. She's used to getting her way. Yeah, and she also gets her way with the investments that she gets to do. It should be almost like insider trading. I know that it is not technically insider trading what what Pelosi does, but that's why she's so rich. That's why she is so rich. But that is the reality. We were talking about birthright citizenship. Many countries have it, but I don't know. I really don't know. My idea is that Trump wants to do something about that, the birthright citizenship. But there are many other topics that are more urgent. The most urgent is closing the border. The second most urgent is the people who have committed crimes and are illegally. The first ones, the ones who have deportation orders and still are on U.S. soil must go out. Those are easily the first ones that have to be deported. Then you go for those who have committed crimes. You have committed a crime, any sort of crime. Of course, maybe you can start with the theft. Theft is the pronunciation. Theft. You can start with theft, and you are deported. You have broken into homes, deported. You have misbehaved in the United States, deported. Once you are done with that, and you are done with the gangs as well, and you make sure that the states and cities collaborate with you on that, which we already know that some mayors and some governors are not that keen on collaborating with this and going with that. Then, and we could talk about the rest, okay? But I'm sure that 4 years would be for what we have already mentioned. Those have committed crimes and those who are a threat to American citizens. We have already a lot of them. There's already a lot of them, and those are the priority. Those are the priority. What is going to happen after 2028? It's anyone's guess. It's anyone's guess, but just we see a lot of stuff coming from the mainstream media that they want to make it seem that this is going to be it's going to be bad for the United States, but no, it's going to be a real good fact. What you saying? A lot of nurses in the live chat. So fun. Let's see what is our next topic. We have how many topics we have left tonight? We have 3 topics left tonight. We have 3 topics left. One is longish, one is shortish, and the third one is the coda. Coda, right? It's coda in music. What is coda in music? Coda is in the end of Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on your comments. In music, a coda is a concluding passage that brings a piece of movement to an end. Yeah, the coda. All right. The term coda comes from the Italian word for tail, reflecting its position at the end of a composition. Oh, interesting. I never saw that. I never knew that. You know that I studied music briefly for 2 semesters. I really didn't like it. I was pretty much self-taught in terms of playing guitar, especially electric guitar. And but I remember some of those terms. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. I should have a Spanish word of the day, by the way, CW. I have said many times, but he dicho varias veces tener una palabra en español del día. Esta es la palabra en español del día y vamos a aprender a pronunciarla y qué significa. The problem is that I'm afraid if I go to Venezuelan with my Spanish word of the day, you're going to repeat that and you're going to offend a Venezuelan saying the wrong thing at the wrong time. So I need to be very careful with that. Very careful with that. Trigger warning. I'm going to warn you. I don't know if you know who is Taylor Lorenz. I don't know if you know who is Taylor Lorenz. But you're about to see, we're about to talk about Taylor Lorenz. And you're about to see two images generated by Grok XAI that can be a bit triggering for some audiences. That can be triggering. Here it goes. The next topic about Taylor Lorenz. This is AI, but this is absolutely, it looks like her. Grok was updated recently, and it's doing really good celebrity stuff. Why I'm mentioning Taylor Lorenz? Who is this woman? Many of you might not aware who she is. She's a journalist. She is perhaps one of the most infamous journalists out there of celebrities and stuff. And she is, I haven't really talked about her in a while. Never did a proper body language analysis. This is your lucky day, because today we're gonna do an analysis on Taylor Lorenz trying to defend herself from what? Trying to defend herself from what? You know, with all this, that the CEO of this healthcare insurance company was killed on New York City, and all these opinions that pop up about what was going on. Taylor Lorenz shared this on Blue Sky. Please do not go to Blue Sky. Don't go there. I warn you. She shared this. Somebody was talking about the new Blue Cross Blue Shield in Connecticut, New York, and Missouri has declared it will no longer pay for anesthesia for the full length of some surgeries. So maybe you are on the surgery, and if the surgery was planned for 5 hours and it takes 7 hours instead because anything happens, then you will have to pay extra out of pocket for the anesthesia of those 2 extra hours. That, you know, the kind of insane things that happen with the United States healthcare. Okay, that's one thing in some states. But she said, and I quote, "And people wonder why we want these executives dead. This is not AI. This is not an impersonator. This was her on her Blue Sky account, and all hell broke loose. And it was not enough. She went and then doubled down, posting the contact of the CEO of Blue Cross Blue Shield Association, the association of that was pushing this anesthesia thing. So it's like implying that, well, if you want to do your thing, like the guy did with the other CEO in New York City, then this is the lady that you have to go for. Yeah, this is complete. This is psychopath stuff. This is psychopath stuff. This is psychopath stuff. And one thing, I remember that the Quartering, shout out to Jeremy from the Quartering, he did a great expose of Taylor Lorenz like 2 years ago. He made a longish video in which he explained that she is the daughter of some people who have power to, you know, modify and cut cables and rearrange things around the internet so she can cover her tracks. So she was born into a very wealthy family. That is nice. That is okay. But she turned out to be a terrible human being. And she is reaping what she sowed. And well, no, that is not doxing CW. She's just stating something that is publicly. This is publicly available information. Doxing. She doxed the Chaya Raychik, who is the owner of Lives of TikTok. She doxed her because she revealed her actual address, her home residence. If you just copy and paste publicly available information, that it is not that does not compromise the person. In this case, it's just her name as CEO of that company. That is not doxing. I have to make that clear. But it is implied that okay, you can go for her. You should go for her. And she shared also this on Blue Sky. Woke up to see this spam in my group chat. CEO down and a happy star and some balloons and, well, a celebration. These people, I'm telling you, group chats are groups that you arrange on Blue Sky. And then I guess that she's in various group chats, and you can imagine the kind of people that are on those group chats. She doubled down with this. The latest from former Washington Post and a New York Times reporter Taylor Lorenz. She was working for Vox as 6 hours ago. Yes, we want insurance executives dead. No, that doesn't mean people should murder them. But if you watch a loved one suffer and die from insurance denial, it's normal to wish the people responsible would suffer the same fate. Taylor Lorenz published on December 5, 2024. My God, this, for some reason, this gets worse. It is awesome to watch. Taylor Lorenz seems to be celebrating the assassination of the United Healthcare CEO. And she answered, Austin Reeve seems to be attempting to manufacture an outrage campaign over a journalist posting about the sentiments surrounding a viral news event. Okay, and she's trying to use her word salad to deny the obvious that she said, and people wonder why we want these executives dead. Oh, no. This is, and she also posted this. People have very justified hatred towards insurance company CEOs because these executives are responsible for an unfathomable amount of death and suffering. And someone against death and suffering, I think it's good to call out this broken system and the people in power who enable it. Oh, no. No. This is not a way. You're posting about your own sentiment, says Mona. Don't backtrack. Does the state of America's healthcare system suck? Of course it does. But people shouldn't celebrate murder. Murder like what happens every year to thousands of innocent Americans killed by greedy insurance executives denying their coverage? That is not an actual argument. You're switching the argument for what you're advocating for to a different problem. In this case, a problem that is very real. But people are calling out your take on this, which is simply horrible. And I guess that she thought that going on TMZ was the way to fix this somehow. She said on TMZ, we're gonna watch this video. When I say do I wish someone dead is when I say do I wish someone dead, is that advocating for them to be killed? No, of course not. We're going to see the video. Let's watch the video. I don't know why I haven't generated the subtitles, but you know that is really quick. You're going to be are they generated? They should be generated in a minute, very quickly. Okay, no, this is the shorter version. I think okay, this is a longer. Let's go for the longer version already. Let's go for the longer version. And you already see that the TMZ guys interviewing her were uneasy about the topic. And, well, we wanted to bring Taylor on. I'm sure that she also wanted to be there. I'm not sure that she thought this through. Yeah, Margie, you know very well. You are experienced in this stuff. Her PR team should have stopped this completely. But, well, let's see what she did. Let's see what she did.
We wanted to bring Taylor on. She's been a friend of TMZ Live for a long, long time.
And she is, she's got that smile, so lovely smile. Oh yeah, let's talk about death and murder, and let's smile broadly for the camera.
And she is back with us. Taylor, welcome back to TMZ Live.
Thanks for having me.
So talk to us about what's behind this. On its face, it looks like...
No. It doesn't look like she is going for that. You're
saying
going for that.
There should be open season on some of these CEOs.
You see that I don't know. I really had no time to check his baseline body language. I don't know if he stands like this all the time with that barrier over his belly, but he was visibly uncomfortable, and the other guy was, pressing his lips a bit. I don't know if this is their regular stance. I don't think that I have seen them this way before, but maybe I could stand corrected. Maybe you can correct me with that.
Absolutely not. So let me just be super clear. No, we should not murder CEOs. No, we should not go around shooting people in the street. But I think what's really missing in all...
Something that I noticed, and for some reason, she was saying this, and you saw that I wrote the word cut, because this was a literal cut in the video. She was saying this, making this statement, and then she was cut. It was an edit in the video to she saying another thing. So maybe she said something at that cut that was getting her into trouble, and she decided to oh, thank you, J.E. May. Yes, he stands like that often. Maybe that is his usual body language, so we can just discard it. No big deal. Let's skip checking her, and I want to talk about that
CEOs. No, we should not go around shooting people in the street. But I think what's really
there was an edit in there. But I think it was what is really missing. Let's see. But this is, she makes a statement, but it is the important word. But we should not be murdering CEOs. We should not be advocating for people to be shot and killed. But no, there shouldn't be any but.
But I think what's really missing in all of these conversations is context.
Yeah, because I guess that the context changes the fact that someone was murdered. Is anything solved by somebody, by the CEO getting murdered? I don't think so. If anything, it makes things even more complicated.
When you see the entire internet, left and right, united around one thing, and that is celebrating, I hate to say it too, the death of a...
No, not the entire internet. It's the circle of sociopaths and psychopaths that you like to hang out with. Let's make that clear.
Healthcare CEO, you have to ask why. And I don't think that has been discussed at all. There's no discussions of the systemic cruelty in our healthcare system or the fact that
No, there is a lot of discussion about that all the time. It's everywhere. On Facebook, on Instagram, on X, everywhere. People are talking that the United States healthcare is crazy, to say the least. It's crazy.
Thousands of Americans die because CEOs like this one and others deny essential life-saving care to Americans.
Okay, she is making this like the CEO is personally denying healthcare to Americans. I'm not absolving CEOs of their shady practices. I'm not saying that healthcare insurance companies are, they are all good. No, but she's like making it seem like it's directly the CEO is directly, let's say, personally invested on that. Okay, and that of course attracts the personal attacks, and those personal attacks can be lethal. because we already know what a crazy person on the street can do. So the better thing to do is to, you know what, change the whole structure of the healthcare system. That's something that it is the better way to approach this. It's not like, oh, let's blame the CEOs of the insurance industry. The problem is that this is capitalism. This is capitalism. And capitalism has, I love capitalism, but capitalism has one thing, has offer and demand. The market dictates what is needed. And if there is this whole healthcare craziness, or this crazy healthcare system in the United States, and some companies can make a profit out of it, those companies will absolutely 100% make a profit out of it. If you don't want that to happen, then you change the rules of the game. You change the healthcare system structure, which is, of course, it's quite complicated. Again, I am not saying that what healthcare insurance companies does is morally good, because it is not. But if you want to solve the problem, you don't go with a silencer gun, with a silencer, shooting people on the street. I mean, that is the worst way to go around. Okay, this is but Castellano. What is happening? Is she single? Asking for a friend? Yeah, I'm going to tell you, she might look cute, but she's got the crazy eyes, man. She's got the crazy eyes. No, man, no. I'm telling you, as your friend, as your unofficial spiritual guidance, no, this girl is gonna F you up big time, Castellano. No, please, no.
And I think that's where this anger is coming from. And of course, people are going to get a little carried away. With guns. And celebrate, but they're celebrating because it feels like a victory.
They celebrate because it feels like a victory. I mean, for someone who works with words, what was she thinking was going to happen after saying all this?
Somebody stood up to this barbaric, evil, cruel, violent system for once.
Now she's celebrating the shooter as a hero. Somebody stood to this barbaric, evil. You're hearing it for yourself. I don't have to explain that. It is baffling.
And of course, he matched it with violence, which, again, we are not condoning murder here, okay?
No, you're celebrating. You're saying that these people are evil. You're saying that these people are responsible for people dying. You're saying that these heroes, somebody finally stood up for this barbaric system. No, but you're not condoning murder. Yeah, we get it.
It's not the solution to this. But I do think that a lot of people, it's got people talking.
It's got people talking and talking about you.
I hear what you're saying about getting people talking, but I want to go back, Taylor, to that. And I know you later in the day you said, look, what I want here is a campaign of...
What's happened to this guy? What is happening to this guy? This guy is reconsidering his life choices or what? What is happening to him?
Peaceful letter writing to these CEOs, but the statement, and I just want to put it up there one more time and see how you feel about it, because this is the one that did sound like you were calling for violence. You said, and people wonder why we want these executives dead.
Yes, people do. I am speaking to the sentiment. People do want these executives dead.
People? No. You did not say people. You did not say people. You say we. You said we, and that is on the screenshot. You said we want. We want. Why we want? You did not say people. This is the kind of things she wants to get away with that. She won't get away with that.
Sentiment. People do want these executives dead.
And look at the glee. Look at the face. This is something that is Castellano. I'm telling you. This is Amber Heard level crazy. This is Amber Heard level crazy. You see Amber Heard gorgeous. gorgeous. Because Amber Heard, we have to say it, is gorgeous. And not gonna lie, Taylor Lorenz, well, she looks nice, I must say, but she is loco. She's like completely screwball. It's I don't know how to say this. I don't know how to say this in a gentlemanly way, in a way that makes you understand that this is the kind of girls that poop the bed. And well,
it is dead. If you have
but you
watched,
said we want them dead, and I guess that's...
I mean, look, I'm gonna say I'm with the people in the sense that if you have watched a loved one die because insurance has denied their life-saving essential health care, it is natural to wish that the people who run those systems would suffer the same fate as your loved one.
No. But it's that she talks about retribution. She has no self-awareness whatsoever. This is wonderful to watch. This is wonderful to watch. Tóxica. Esa es la tóxica. Flor Morena. Ahí va la tóxica. Yeah, you know those that one is a toxic relationship that you know that is not good for you, but you want it anyway. Oh no. Too many stories like that.
And millions of people across America have had this experience. So yes, am I, you know, when I say, do I wish someone dead, you know, is that advocating for them to be killed? No.
Yes. If you wish for someone to be dead, it's advocating for them to disappear in any way. And if you're also endorsing these heroes who's standing up for this barbaric system, and you want them to be killed. No, and then that's when she begins to look smaller. You see that she began to raise her shoulders. She began to looking away. No, but let's repeat that.
Do I wish someone dead? You know, is that advocating for them to be killed? No, of course not. But am I going to shed tears or have a lot of empathy for somebody that has facilitated the deaths of thousands of innocent Americans through intentionally denying them coverage? I am not going to.
Okay, that is one thing. That is perhaps the only sane or perhaps logical thing. One thing is that you don't condone murder, which she obviously did. But another thing is that, okay, you don't condone murder, but you don't have to feel empathy for somebody who, well, died. It's like me and Hugo Chavez. You know how much I despise Hugo Chavez, what he did to my country. But even if he died in the way that he died, like a pig, I have no empathy or pity for him whatsoever. And I don't feel bad for lacking that. That is one thing. Okay? This is important to point out that difference.
You know, weep over it. I do think that loss of life is a tragedy. I'm very against death generally, you know, as a principle. But I think, again, why do we mourn certain deaths and condone other deaths of innocent, vulnerable people?
Yeah.
Nah, nobody's condoning the other deaths. People really fight the healthcare system, and that is there's a lot of attorneys that make a living because of that. Taylor, I thought that you were a journalist. I thought that you made your own research, and she's contradicting herself.
I get that. From a different angle, when you look at this, do you think his death,
we should say his murder, which is different from dying from an illness, which is horrible and should not.
I would say United Healthcare has murdered people. Just to be clear,
she doubles down. Okay, he simply did not die. He simply not die, but he was murdered. There's a big difference in there. So yes, there is a big difference, and she doubles down saying, but they have murdered a lot of people at the same time. I mean, No, she's digging her own hole.
Would say United Healthcare has murdered thousands of Americans by denying them coverage, life-saving coverage.
And by the way, I get your point. I do get your point on that. Do you think that his murder, Brian Thompson's murder, is a good thing in terms of what it's done to bring all of this to the forefront?
I don't think, here's the reality. This is something that is clearly affecting millions of people's lives.
You already said that like 3 times.
It has made the media and politicians pay attention. I think it's a tragedy that a murder is what is forcing people in power to pay attention to this issue.
No, this issue has always existed, and people have, again, talk about that. I'm not gonna repeat it. I'm not gonna repeat that. How long is this?
It is affecting everyone's lives. Again, one CEO shouldn't have to be murdered for them to care about the murder of tens of thousands of other innocent Americans, right? That should be national news as well. So yeah, I would love if it was not a murder. I would love if we just had a more just system and politicians and the media paid attention to the violence that happens every day at the hands of these insurance companies.
Yeah, so you might write a blog post or an article about that because you're a journalist, right?
Do you view this almost like a revolution where sometimes, there is that kind of collateral damage?
It's she from the special needs brigade. Tony has been naughty. I also saw a comment, a comment here. Castellano, advice from Sky London. She looks like she stands all night at the foot of the bed and will watch you sleep. Yeah, she absolutely looks the part. Let me see how long.
Do you view
how longer is this
almost like a revolution where sometimes, there is that kind of collateral damage, which may be the death of some of these people. But are you viewing this kind of like a revolution?
I think a lot of people online are. I think that's deeply concerning.
No, you're repeating yourself. I'm just gonna watch this part
because again,
just in case he says something outrageous.
We don't want a violent revolution in this country. We want nonviolent change. We want systemic change. Now, often systemic change only comes through violence when you look historically.
Okay. So we need the systemic change, but sometimes the systemic change only comes through violence. So she's endorsing the violence once again.
However, it is about to be 2025. We have the internet. I do think that the internet gives people a voice. And I think hopefully the media and people in power can look at this outpouring of sentiment and see, this is a problem in society. This is.
You know what? I'm thinking you have worked at the Washington Post and you have worked at the New York Times and you were working up to 6 hours ago at Vox. What do these outlets have in common? Maybe those outlets could help bringing this, these matters to the public eye, but they have been so busy with all the DEI and racial, critical race theory and all that stuff and all the woke stuff that maybe if they had invested that time addressing the healthcare crisis in the United States, maybe politicians would have paid attention. And maybe you could have been part of that. But no, it's better to just stir the pot like a psychopath, I guess.
It's something we should address before we see further violence. Because we don't want violence. The insurance system is violent enough. We want to stop violence here and we want to save lives.
All right. Wow, this is fascinating. The reaction has just been fascinating, and you never disappoint, Taylor.
You're always starting to
Never. This is a total wacko.
Conversation.
I want to get people talking about these issues.
Well, you have.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished. Taylor, thanks as always.
You absolutely have. You nuked your career, whatever you had, and people. Well, she is delighted. I'm going to I'm going to leave it there. Leave it there. This is it. I have two more topics. I have two more topics. Let's say, I hope her boyfriend has a titanium jockstrap. I couldn't sleep. Oh my God. She's ignorant and dangerous, and I have no idea who the hell she is, Courtney. Well, it's you will not have to. You will not need to know who she is. I forgot to mention a couple more things here that went over my mind. Let me see. I think it's well, a couple of things that we need to address here is that to confirm that Vox fired her. Apparently, it was too much for Vox to have someone on their payroll that thinks, yes, we want insurance executives dead. Taylor, Lorenz, and Vox are parting ways. This was from yesterday, in fact. Oh, I'm getting late to the party, it seems. And this thought by John Podhoretz. The point is not that Taylor Lorenz is crazy. She has always been crazy. The point is that Taylor Lorenz was the leading journalist in America. When it came to internet trends, the two leading newspapers in the U.S. fought over her, and she was just as crazy then, and they didn't care. And that says a lot. Says a lot of the journalism profession in the United States. I'm pretty sure that there are people that want to do things right. I haven't talked about the Jay-Z things. Maybe tomorrow, Emilio. Maybe tomorrow we will talk about Jay-Z. Today I'm going to talk about, we don't need to talk about two more topics. It's going to be a longish show. Again, one of those times in which have a new lease on how to say that, renewed energy. We have two topics, one that is shortish and one that is much shorter that I wanted to talk about. This one. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sausages, was interviewed by the Deal Book Summit. I don't know if this is, I guess that this was new, but everybody was talking about this, and he was talking about social media, one of my favorite topics. The topic that unites us here, and you know that people like Prince Harry want to control misinformation. What is misinformation? I don't know. Who decides what misinformation is? I don't know. Who names those who decide what is misinformation? I don't know either. But he seems to be the king of misinformation. So let's hear it from himself. This sum up, thanks to IH Tianders 12. This sums up Prince Harry's achievements in 2024 as the main activist for safety of children on social media platforms. He said this.
When you talk to, and I'm sure you have, sometimes the leaders of these either social media companies or media companies, what is the reaction they give you?
Well, first of all, most of them we haven't sat down and spoken with most of them. I'd love to.
Yeah, nobody has sat down to spoke to you, Harry, because nobody cares about you. Not Mark Zuckerberg, not, Mark Zuckerberg owns like the 3 or 4 most important media companies right now, social media companies. Not Elon Musk. Who else? I don't remember the Snapchat guy. I really don't use Snapchat. Which other social media? I don't know who would be the guy of TikTok. By the way, that they are looking at being completely banned on January. Let's see how it goes. But who's going to sit down with Harry to talk about misinformation or anything? That would be laughable. Who's gonna waste their time with him? Oh no, most of them. No, none of them. I'm gonna.
Well, first of all, most of them we haven't sat down and spoken with most of them. I'd love to.
Yeah, and let's say this, thanks to Sanders 12 again, they settled because you offer money. Prince Harry doesn't give a F about people. What was this about?
100 people, from what I've read, have settled with the Murdoch folks. And of the 40 claimants that originally joined with you in this action, it's down to now 2. And so you think that everybody's just settled because it just doesn't make any economic sense to continue?
No, I know why people have settled. They've settled because they've had to settle.
They've settled because they had to settle. All right. That is quite an answer. This is Kamala Harris level answer. This is embarrassing. Why isn't the nanny? Why isn't the nanny speaking for him? I mean, Beth should speak for him. Beth Herlihy, where is Beth Herlihy? I miss Beth. I miss Beth. I haven't. Beth, if you're watching, I'm sure that you're not watching this, but I haven't done any more videos in the Royal Road because without you, Beth, it's not worth anymore. It's not worth anymore, the Royal Road.
So therefore, one of the main reasons for seeing this through is accountability, because I'm the last person that can actually achieve that, and also closure for these 1,300 people.
You're the last person who can achieve anything. You're the last person who could achieve anything. I mean, I don't know what this guy is speaking.
The majority of people want to know that that the information isn't being censored.
On X, it's not being censored as far as I know. It's pretty much uncensored. You have freedom of speech, but not freedom of outreach. Okay, that's what Elon Musk has said. They're gonna they say that the algorithm tries to play it safe. There's never gonna be a platform that the algorithm doesn't try to make things fair in some way. And for many people, being fair is let's say controlling the narrative. I don't know if you were on Twitter back in 2009 when I joined, but that was great because we were so few people in the platform that we were used to just see the continuous stream of people having their thoughts. Okay, that was fun. But at some point, when you have millions and hundreds of millions of people in a platform, how do you do that? That is just not possible. So you have to, you have to sort what you like, and that's how echo chambers happen.
But that safeguards are absolutely necessary.
Safeguards. Now, safeguards may be for your head, bro, so you don't bump into the floor that often. You don't bump into the floor that often.
And I believe that, protecting speech and safeguards come hand in hand. And any argument to say that they don't, I think is...
No, you protect speech and not have safeguards, because that's what freedom of speech and protecting freedom of speech is about. And we already know that you have no idea what you're talking about, not only because of that pacifying gesture with your nose, okay? That one, that sniffing, Harry, that sniffing, the baby powder, running low on baby powder, because you wanted to be... You said that the First Amendment of the United States was silly, right? Because you don't like us be talking about you and your wife, right?
This idea that someone's taking away, free speech. That to me is a complete distraction.
Yeah, I just take a look at these videos as a distraction for us, like amusement, entertainment, just for entertainment purposes. I know that maybe just watching Harry, let's watch Harry for 5 seconds, okay? Let's watch Harry for 5 seconds. 5, 4. I'm counting like Starmer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it works. We in those 5 seconds we lost like 10,000 neurons just by looking at Harry. So let's maybe not look at him for too long, and that is dangerous for our brain cells. And we also have this. Prince Harry is out in New York City and his security is tight, and we love to see it. Yeah, baby, says somebody from the Sausage Squad, of course. And what is he doing in the middle of the street? Asks Ana Rojas, posing for a back grid like Meghan taught him. If he fears so much for his safety, why doesn't he go in wherever he goes? This man is pathetic. And who are these people anyway? Who are these people? I'm gonna mute this because we don't need sound for this. POV: Prince Harry pop out in front of you in New York City. LOL. And let me pose for the cameras. I had to stay right here outside. Isn't that dangerous, Harry? Being outside like a regular citizen? Like a commoner? And he was filmed for quite a while. This took a while. It was like 1 minute. Like 1 minute of Harry standing there. Oh, look at me. I'm a commoner like you. You are peasants. I know you're peasants. I'm a prince. I was born like this. But you're peasants. I can talk with you. Oh, did I get the picture? Did I get the picture already? I need the confirmation for backread. What do you think they're talking? He's got like, how many people? Has like a whole secret service in the air. Like a whole secret service in the air. Commoner Harry. No, there's no commoner Harry. You know that he wanted to be called just Harry at some point, and Meghan just hit him in the head. That's why I told you that it's important that Harry needs safeguards against Meghan. Meghan hit him in the head. You cannot be called just Harry, you dork. You cannot be called just Harry. We need the titles, remember? And thanks to British royalty for these thoughts. Prince Harry had no problem attacking his brother's marriage, claiming Prince William only married Catherine because she fit the mold. Then has the audacity to call others trolls for calling out the obvious problems in his own marriage. The cognitive dissonance is astounding. Harry is jealous of William and Catherine's relationship. He thought he found the same with Meghan, but that proved rather quickly to not be the case. And as for Meghan, you remember that Meghan that was in that red carpet with Tyler Perry? But, well, she was in the red carpet, but and she was sitting at Oprah and Tyler's table, but she was not up there when Tyler Perry was receiving the Paley Honors Award. And it's incredible because there was Tyler Perry, of course. There was Oprah. All right, I know that this lady, I have seen her somewhere. I don't remember her name. Maybe you can help me in the comments. I don't recognize this lady either. But this one is Ted Sarandos, the CEO of Netflix. CEO of Netflix. It was Ted Sarandos, was Tyler Perry, was Oprah in there. Why wasn't Meghan up there with her friend? Why wasn't there? Why wasn't there Meghan with them? That is so rude. That is so rude. Oh, we ran out of... Go for the chat again. Oprah and her digestive issues. Oh, no. Please, no. I don't want to mention that. I don't want to... Jesus needs to work on his posh accent. I don't really have a posh accent. It's more like my Harry accent. It's like something that I do sometimes. I have lost practice. It's like we don't have as much of content of the hardcores as of late. I don't know if that was Kerry Washington. It didn't look like her. It didn't look like her, but could be. What do I know? It was Kerry Washington. Let me put that in there. Of both Flor Morena mentioned that, and Ann and Angel. So if that's Kerry Washington in there. Kerry Washington in there. It's why wasn't Meghan on stage? Oh, she wasn't allowed. She wasn't allowed. This was the face that Tyler put when he told Meghan, you're not going on stage. Meghan, where are you going? Not you. Not you. You're not going up, Meghan. And this was thanks to Roger Sage, by the way. Rachel got her moment on the red carpet because she was not invited on stage. On stage. So, final topic of today, something I wanted to point out as a Venezuelan. As many Venezuelans that follow me and maybe are watching right now, I want to set the record straight about some guy. I want to set the record straight about this guy who was directing the reopening of the Notre Dame de Paris. And, he's Venezuelan. Some of you replied to me in my comments. It's great that Gustavo Dudamel, a Venezuelan director, very famous Venezuelan director, was directing that orchestra. Real privilege to be there for that moment. But I need to explain why I am not amused. Dudamel is a Venezuelan director who in 2014 was happy to direct for Nicolás Maduro while Nicolás Maduro, the tyrant of Venezuela, was torturing and killing protesting students on the streets. There were protests on the streets and they were doing their music mambo thing in front of Nicolás Maduro. Some of you have reached out to me and say, maybe he was forced to. And I thought that everyone should know this. He was. I'm not going to put many clips of this because maybe I would get I'm sure that I'm going to get copyright strikes. He was at that. But you need to understand the true nature of some people. And I also got comments that, artists have nothing to do with politicians. Artists have nothing to do with what the government does. But in this case, there was, let's say, a conflict of interest. I'm going to speak briefly about the orchestra system founded by the Maestro Abreu. I'm going to show the Maestro Abreu right here. It's this guy right here. Maestro Abreu, he created this system of orchestras to be able to help children not become gang members, not get into trouble, but instead learn an instrument and join orchestras all over the country. And the thing worked like a charm, like all over Venezuela. The guy was great for that. Many children were off the streets and playing musical instruments and joining orchestras because of him. And Dudamel was one of them. But the problem is that Dudamel also had all the time to, be against what was going on in Venezuela since a long time ago. And I'm just going to show you a few pictures. And you say that, he was more than, you remember that I told you that Chavez died like a pig well. That was literal. Okay, I think that he just exploded. This was very close to his death. Again, no empathy for him whatsoever. Everybody knew that Dudamel was okay with that. He never pronounced against any of the atrocities that were happening. He was happy to play in Venezuela. He was happy to play in the name of Venezuela. And he was happy to be endorsing whatever the Venezuelan government was doing because, of course, well, the orchestra system of getting kids out of the streets. And my question is, how was that going with the gangs and poverty and the violence on Venezuela's streets? Who was responsible for that? Yeah, the government itself. So it's something that you need to understand. Some of you admire this guy. I don't admire him in the least. I don't care if he's a good director. I couldn't care less. I think he's tainted by all the opportunity that he had to raise his voice. And there's one thing, there's one time he raised his voice. I'm going to be fair with Dudamel. In 2017, I think he snapped only because this young violinist, that's how do you say that? Violinist, was killed, shot to the head. I don't know if it was a protest. I don't know if I think it was protests. And there was one time that Dudamel was like critical of the Maduro government. The government had to do something. One time. And then he just went silent, radio silent. And just the next year when he began, oh, what about politics with this that you pronounced 1 year ago? He began all this word salad. He said, oh, you know what? Politics can be complicated. Politics happens a lot in the background. I do my part for Venezuela with my directing. He just, I think that he got the call. He got the call. You shut up and you keep, you make sure that you don't criticize our government again. And this is the kind of person that he is. This is the kind of person that he is, and this is something that I wanted to set the record straight because, yes, sometimes violinists, but let's see, there's what?
Violinist.
Violinist. Oh, that can't be right. Violinist. What?
Violinist.
What the F?
Violinist.
That sounds awful. Violinist. That is, English makes no damn sense. And I thought that I'm not going to go into English. That is my my head is about to explode with that pronunciation. But anyway, this is the kind of things, the kind of kids that I need to call out. Okay, good for you, fella, that you are there. Oh, he's Venezuelan. No, I am not proud of him, and many Venezuelans are not proud of him, and we don't want anybody to be naming him. So that was great show. How many? Not 2 hours, right? It was a bit less, or yes? It was 2 hours? Yeah, 2 hours. Oh my God. Violinista. We say that in Spanish, violinista. Violinista. And it's
violinist.
Violinist. Violinist. What? That sounds awful. What? This is the first time I heard that word pronounced. Oh no. And you're saying that is, let me see, the Cambridge Dictionary. Maybe the Cambridge Dictionary can be, no, it's the same.
Violinist.
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 Violinist. So be it. I cannot escape. I cannot escape English. I cannot escape English. Well, let me see. Did I read all your super chats? I read all your super chats. So today was a great show. Again, it is... sí, violinista suena mejor. Violinista. En español. We couldn't have the show earlier, but this show was so great. We had a lot of topics. I'm going to edit all this so you can listen to them independently. I sometimes forget to upload this to Spotify. If you want to listen to this on Spotify, I will do that as well. And thank you for being here, my lovely body language buddies. My body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy. Until we meet another video, another live, maybe tomorrow on episode 40. Remember the most important words: much love and bliss. Take care. Be safe. I love every single one of you. Bye-bye.